Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne, and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be making some money envelopes, some coin envelopes, different envelopes from scratch. I know we've decorated some pre-made envelopes in other videos. In this video, we're going to be making the actual envelope itself from scratch. We're going to be using some scrapbooking paper. You can use book page if you want. We are putting a Halloween witchy twist on these because these are going to be going in my Season of the Witch journals that I am creating. And as you can see, we're using die cuts, we're using stickers, more stickers, we're using playing cards, all different types of die cuts, and some scrapbooking paper. This one I've used book page, and I've used all different types of stickers and book page and die cuts and all that fun stuff and book page to make this one. So this one is a different size than these are, and it doesn't matter really. You can make these out of really any size, and you'll see the different size papers that we use. We get different sizes of these, but there is no right or wrong size to have the paper in order to get these. Depends on what you want for your journals. These are fantastic to have in your journals because you can tuck in little notebooks, you can tuck in little journals. This is a journal that I'm going to be doing in a future video. You know, you can tuck something like that in. It's a great sort of tuck spot. It's a great spot to hide something away, as in hidden journaling within your journals. You can glue these directly into the journal. You can put them in a side pocket. You can put them in a belly band. You can put them in a side pouch, all different ways. When I go to assemble my journal, which will be, I don't know, maybe in a week or so, I will be taking all of these, I call these tchotchkes. I will be taking all my little tchotchkes and I will be doing videos on just assembling my journals and sort of putting it all together and how I sort of enhance things from just this. So let's get started with making these to begin with. So let me move these out of the way. I have my Tim Holtz die cuts here at the ready, and I am using some of the Tim Holtz from last year. This is from last year's die cuts, and this is from last year's stickers. So we're going to be using those. But first and foremost, let me move these out of the way. First and foremost, what we are going to be using is different papers for different sizes. So this paper is scrapbooking paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. This one is going to create this one. So the finished piece is approximately, and I'm going to include this lip open, it's approximately 3 by 5 with this open. So this piece of paper that I'm starting off with is 6 by 5.5. So to get started, what I do is I fold my paper sort of into thirds. I am lining up this bottom edge, and I'm attempting to line up the top edge. This is assuming I cut my paper evenly to begin with. That being said, I'm only going to line up one edge because it doesn't look like this paper was cut very well. So I want a slight overhang between this paper and this paper. I want this top one, which is what's on my left, I want that to be a slight overhang. It doesn't have to be very much of an overhang. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down. I'm not going to glue this part. And I'm not going to glue this part. I'm going to glue the middle part here. And I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to make sure that I didn't glue the inside. Almost did. There. So I give it a little pop open to make sure. Now, the next thing I do is I like to create this bottom right here. So I am using my corner rounder punch, and I am using the largest. I tend to go with this largest one. That's typically what I do. So I'm going to come here on, I still have things in there. I'm going to come here on the bottom and round these, and then I'm going to come here on the top and I'm going to round these. Now, let me get rid of those there. I have my really sharp Fiskars scissors. In this case, what I am doing is I am slightly, oh, I forgot one step. I always do that. I always get ahead of myself. I need my scoreboard for this one. I know I don't always use my scoreboard. Now, I can't see what my scoreboard says. This is an inch right here, this line. I'm going to come to 3/4 of an inch, which is right here. It's not carved in stone that you do 3/4 of an inch. You do what works for you. On this one, I can't even see it. I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch again on the top. So I scored 3/4 of an inch at the top, 3/4 of an inch at the bottom. Keep in mind, my top one wasn't cut even. What I'm going to do now is take my sharp scissors and just cut on the side right up to that score line. Same thing on this. I'm going to cut right up to that score line. This is totally professional how I do this. I am coming in and I am removing the top layer only, not the bottom layer. And I just come in with my scissors and I just cut away. I don't care if it's even. I don't care. This is going to be hidden because look at, now I have this as my bottom. I am going to come in and I'm going to glue that in, and that sort of hides my lack of cutting skill there. I better move this. Let me put that away. If I don't move that, I'll get that all gluey. Oops, sorry. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the top here. I am going to come in. I'm going to cut right to that score line. And right over here, I'm going to cut right to that score line. Here, I do care what it looks like. So I'm going to do my best to cut this away a little neater than the last one I did. And then if I want, depending on the size lip that I have here, I can do ever so slightly, little bit, making sure it's in the middle of a thumb hole. And see, that will cover that. If I wanted to ink this all up, go ahead and ink it all up. I'm not going to ink mine up. But I am going to move this because these can be a deadly weapon. So let's move those. So now, let's come in and decorate. So I decorated on this side. I didn't decorate on this side because I'm not 100% sure that I'm not going to be gluing this in to my journal. I might be tucking it in. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. And then I have a couple pieces of black cardstock here that was left over from my bat hidden journaling project. Remember all those pieces, if you watched that video, all those pieces that we cut away as I was tracing the bat. That's what this is left over from. So I do use all my little bits and pieces. So I'm going to glue this in. I'm okay that I'm covering up a lot of the pumpkin. Some of these I did come in and do, whoops, I want to do this lower. Some of these I did come in and do the black inking and edging. I've been having issues with this ink smudging all over the place. So I'm not inking absolutely everything. Let me grab my paper dolls. And let's pick, let me see if I have sort of a smaller one here. Some of these are like posed, and I don't want one of the posing. I want a standing one, but a smaller. I might go with them. Let's see what this. Oh, you know what? Let's go with them. This is last year's Halloween paper dolls. And then I have this bucket here that has some of those little ones, some of the Halloween tiles, and then some of the Halloween stickers. Let me, you know, I really like this one. And I have some of the cards as well. I think what I want to do is cut this card in half. You know what, let me see. Let's cut this one in half. This one. That'll look a little bit better if I cut it in half. There. I don't need the whole card because it will take over. And actually, I could have done a quarter of a card too. Yeah, we're good with this. Let's glue this one in. You know, when I'm gluing things to this paper, it is also giving it more rigidity because this is thin cardstock paper. There. And let's do this toad slime. I like that. I have Cassie Rose in here with me again. She seems to be commenting. Do that. I don't know if that one's going to be too big. You know what? We're going to do them off. They don't have to be, just like when we did the playing card journaling, you don't have to keep everything on that one piece. So let's see. You know what? I don't think I need that. I'm just going to do this little guy down here. I don't know. I kind of have a lot going on. Let me get a couple more of these right here. Let's pull some of these out. I kind of like this one. Yeah, we'll do that one. And then we'll call this one good. There. A little more simple. That's okay. So we've done that size. The next one is this size that we're going to do. So with this open, this is 5.5 by 3. And the paper to make it is going to be 5 3/4 by 6.5. So I'm going to fold this in 3s with a very slight overhang. Can use my bold folder if I wanted. And I don't come all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom because I need that to be my bottom piece and my top piece. And let's come in with the corner rounder. These are really quick, easy to get. Once you get sort of the rhythm going with them, they're really simple. And let's do, if I can see it. I can't see it at all. Okay, there's 3/4 of an inch is right there. Three-quarters of an inch, I'm hoping is right there. So once again, same thing. Grab my Fiskars. I am going to cut up to that score line. I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. This is how I do it. And then I'm going to cut the top layer off. Once again, I don't really care how the bottom comes out. It's not going to be seen. I'm going to come in and I'm going to glue that down. That's my base. That's my bottom. Is that even? No, I did a score line on it. Is it even? I think it's even. Okay, there we go. That's even-ish. And then let's do the same thing here at the top. I'm going to come in and I'm going to clip right to that score line. This one, I do care what it looks like. I hold my scissors more at a slant. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my thumb hole punch, which kind of corrects some of that. My thumb hole punch has a mark here for the middle. That's the middle. So I'm going to slide that in. I don't need it to, I need it to be in the middle here, but I don't need it to be in the middle of the circle. I need it more than that. There. If I need to come back in and add a tinge of glue, I can do that now. While I come over here and clean these off my desk. I like to do that as I go because things pile up. I would like to do this one here. So I'm going to do my corner rounder again on that. I put one thing away and something else falls on me. Typical. Dump that out over my barrel. Still got more in there. I love these corner rounders. They are so simple and easy to use. There. And because I'm using leftover black cardstock, even if I was edging it, you wouldn't see it anyways. So let's glue this down. And I'm using art glitter glue for this project, as I do for pretty much all my projects. Do I want the 9? Yeah, let's do the 9 at the top. Kind of offsetting it just a little bit. Grabbing some paper dolls. Let's see who we're going to pick. I've used them a lot. I haven't really used them. Yeah, I haven't used them. Let's use them. And let's see. Okay. We'll do that there. And then for my tiles, I kind of like that green. I'm just adding different elements of things I have in my collection, just to give it a visual texture in the background. Put those 2 down. Sometimes you gotta come in and fix the die cut. So I'm using this one. And then I want to also add some of those little tiny ones. These. Just adds different interest. There. And this one's a different shape. Cassie's chiming in. Yep, I think we're good with that. And then, you know, the other thing that I didn't do on this one is I didn't add some words. You don't have to add some Halloween words, but might as well. There are others. Let's do that with them. About a most becoming costume for these 2. There. that one. I have that one. This is the one that I did earlier. That's another one I did earlier. And then the last one we're going to do is one of the big ones. I'm not going to do a book page one because it's the exact same thing. This one is what we're going to be making. This is a completed size of 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. It starts off at, oh, this was 12 by a hair over 6, almost 6 1/4. So I've pre-folded this one because that was the only way I could cut it in my paper cutter. I have that little paper cutter. So, oops, I did my glue up too high. That's all right. Just wipes it away. So this one is going to be this size. And let's come in with the corner rounder. So yeah, if I want to cut things with that smaller paper cutter, a lot of times I have to pre-fold it in order to fit it in that paper cutter. That Fiskars is a really nice paper cutter, but it's smaller. My desk here is small. My table outside is a huge table, so I could have my really big paper cutter outside. Once again, I can't see it. I'm going to come in and paint it. The the little things so I can see them. I will do that at another time. So I'm doing 3/4 of an inch on both ends with my scoreboard. Scissors. I am going to cut up to the score line. I'm just going to do both of these at the same time, because you know the drill at this point. This is the top. I want this relatively neat. Relatively. Doesn't mean it comes out neat. Not too bad. This bottom one, I don't care. Nobody's going to see it. I think it looks a little more finished when you do that corner rounder on the edge. Oops. Let me see. I don't like this right here. Right there. I want to fix that. Just glue that over. Now this one, I want to come in with my circle, and I can do it this way because it fits. There. I want to fix this edge too, right here. There. And then this is the piece of paper I have left. I cut up a whole bunch of those leftover pieces of black paper from making my bat hidden journaling video. I think it came out cute. I've been getting a really good response to it, so thank you. I'm going to add a full card. We're going to add that, and I have this one that I'd like to add here. So let's go ahead and glue this down. So I got about 4 of these from a 12 by 12 piece of paper. different sizes. I think. Did I get 4? Maybe I got more than 4. No, I think I got 4. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that was from 1 sheet or 2 sheets. I can't remember right now. You know what? I think it was 2 sheets. 6 from 2 sheets. Why don't we say that? Okay. I want to start gluing some of these other goodies before I glue her in. Because I want some things behind her. I have this really pretty sticker. Let's see, that, I can always move her over. Yeah, let's do that there. That looks pretty. I've been wanting to use this in something. There. That came with those stickers that I got on Temu. I'll tell you, I have gotten a lot of use out of those stickers. I'm going to glue her in. So this is from last year's Tim Holtz, the other Halloween one. (2023's) Halloween ones. Yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, and let's add this right there. We're going to add this one right there. It kind of blends a little bit, but that's okay. And this one, we're going to add right there. And then my words to put behind me. Let's see. We'll do Wonders of a Witch. And there. I'm going to lift that up and tuck that under. Oh, I like that. Nice. We got a lot of these done. Let's move this out of the way. So I can come in here and show you all the ones that we have. So we just finished this one. This one I made earlier. Oh, that's the other thing. I did these little masks. This one we just finished. This one we just finished. I did this one earlier. And I did this one earlier. Do we want to come in and add some masks? So in this sticker book are these masks. I don't think this will fit. Ooh, it will. Okay. There's her. Now these little ones are tricky. I had to put them on my finger to get that little thing out. Didn't want to come out. It's super tricky. There we go. So let's see if I can get, yeah, got that one on him. So I found the best thing to do is stick it on my finger, and sometimes it just kind of pulls off, but it's not doing that now, of course, because I'm on camera. There. And let's put that one on him. So I'm just going to do those. There. Pretty cool. I have them. Let's use them. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was fun. This was a fun one for me. And as always, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. You can tag me on Instagram. It's Christiane1234. Please subscribe to my page. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get over 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my page. I am doing a video every single day, and I would like it if you could like my video and share them as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.